Welcome to the Hobby Jogger Podcast, where elite athletes and ham and eggers lace up their stories. We explore the common ground that running creates, from the world-class runner to the hobbyist hitting the pavement, trail, or treadmill. Expect a blend of inspiration, laughter, and the shared joy that makes every step count. Join us on this journey where every run is a story worth sharing. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Hobby Jogger. I am your co-host, Casey Koza. Once again, joined by my co-host, Mr. Rob Myers. Rob, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. Loving this time of year. Before the humidity hits the southeast, it's perfect. It's been sunny today, good temperature on the trails for a couple hours, the longest since canyons. So legs are feeling good.
Canyon's only a couple weeks ago, so that's pretty good that you got out there and got some miles in for a couple hours.
1 week.
1 week. It's been 1 week since Canyons. Yes, I guess I wasn't paying attention to when Canyons was. So yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, did well out there. Set a PR. So what did you change in the training? Just more volume?
So I flew out there and was going to buy another pair of shoes, right? Just the exact same Mafates that I ran canyons last year. And the shoe store I went to didn't have any. All they had was the Mafate X. So I did the thing you're not supposed to do, which is run a race, brand new shoes, never run in super shoes ever, and shaved 24 minutes off my PR. So, which I'm old and slow, so I haven't done that in many years. I haven't set a PR.
That's a massive PR. Congratulations on that.
No one should do that. You will not have the same results. Like, that was a fluke. Do not do what I just did.
For sure. Yeah, I recommend that. And speaking of shoes, we have our good friend back on the show with us today. Now the proprietor of a brand new shoe store, the Aid Station, down in Worcester, Ohio, Mr. Jeremy Pope. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you guys having me again. Love being on here. Always happy to be back.
Yeah, and love coming down and checking out the new store. That's freaking awesome. I always try and support the local stores, whether it's food, clothing, and whatnot. So I was happy to go down and check it out. And thank you for the recommendation on the Diadora shoe, Jeremy. I didn't realize they made more than a soccer shoe, and turns out they make a really good running shoe. So really appreciate that. Great hybrid shoe. I run a lot of towpath to the trail and vice versa. So yeah, that was an awesome shoe. That's kind of the recommendation you get when you go to a local shoe store. So yeah, congratulations on the opening of the Aid Station.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think it's awesome that you love Diadora, and I think that's truly what we're trying to do here is lift small brands up like that. And Diadora is not a small brand, but it's like, just like you said, dude, I thought they were just soccer. Diadora is much more than soccer. And so trying to surround ourselves with nice brands that operate like Diadora, maybe slightly newer, maybe not heard of as much. So good humans in there. And our buddy Max is the rep at Diadora. So he takes care of us and we appreciate him.
Nice. Well, why don't you take us back to the beginning a little bit? What was the inspiration for the Aid Station? How did we start this journey?
Boy, probably I would say maybe 6 months to a year ago. Like, the concept was kind of there. It's always evolving, and I'm hopeful that it will continue to evolve too, right? That's what makes good business. So yeah, the idea was just kind of a play on ultra running, right? The Aid Station, a place you can ask 10 people, like, what is an Aid Station? And they give, like, you will get 10 different answers and they all, it just means something different to every single person. And I think that's what's cool as hell about it. So the play on the words is kind of come into life just the way it was visioned. So it's like, why not be different? Why not do something different? Offer something different? I think the space of like run specialty is very, very noisy, I guess. And I think the vision that we've had all along here is like it's exactly what you, it's kind of off of what you just said, but you like to support local and you like to support food. I think a lot of run specialty shops are almost maybe like fast food, where it's like you go in a McDonald's, you've been in one, you've been in them all. So I think,
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's actually a pretty good comparison. You go in and they just have like kind of the basic lineup of shoes, and it's
all the
just
brands.
yeah, they have all the brands, they have all the basic shoes. There's no one there to ask. There's a kid that's maybe ran a couple high school track meets, if you're lucky, and you're not going to get any good information out of him. No one to watch your gait or explain, hey, here's what I want to do. Here's my goals. Help me build to that. So I think for sure there's a space, especially with the running boom that we're in, for a shop like yours, for sure. And you do more than just shoes. It's not just a shoe store.
For sure. And I think that's where it's like, there's the fast food side. This is like a restaurant, right? It's what we make it as individuals, as locals, as whether we're track or we're ultra running, the experiences that we bring to the table, rather than like this corporate big box model. That's the more, that's the better view. So fast food over, we're a restaurant. So like you can't, it's like,
I love the name. I mean, it invokes something like when you're a trail runner. We've all been there, like those smaller races. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You haven't seen a person in forever, and then I see an aid station, and they're like a human being who will give me water, and I can ask questions when the next aid station is. Did I make the cutoff time? It's just such a good feeling, and they're always smiling and they're always happy. So that name that's what it invokes for me. I'm sure it's different for everyone, right? When you go to the aid station, but I love that experience of being lost in the woods. And then I finally get to see somebody, and they have all the information. They know everything. They can give me food. And it's just a nice reset.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun to hear people explain like their aid station, and that's what we're trying to embody. And it's like some people will say like it's a place I just sit down, and so we've made it a place where like there's tons of seating and like have a seat. Come in mid run, meet up for a run, like just kind of like a soft landing space, right? It seems like those, the bigger box stores or it's just very transaction oriented, and it's just like, just not that soft landing that you're looking for.
Yeah, like I said, you tell the kid, hey, I wear this in a size 10. You try it on, you step around a couple times, and hey, you're out the door. And there's really no one to talk to and no one there that actually knows what they're talking about. And I'm not talking about like the small shoe stores. I'm talking about the box stores like Dick's Sporting Goods. I don't mind bringing up the competitors because they're not really competitors to you because, they don't have the same brands that you have. You have Mount to Coast, you have Diadora, you have On, you have Norda, which I also purchased a pair of. Like those you're not going to find those brands anywhere, and they're quality shoes. Like they're great shoes, and I hopefully more people get to experience them and kind of get out of just wearing the big two brands or three brands, I guess. Which is I would like to see more of, so that they have competition, so that they have to go back to making quality shoes again, not just, whatever it is that they're making. But yeah,
sure. It just kind of gets, it gets super watered down, right?
And it gets stale. And I think the shoe space there, before Norda, before Diadora, Satisfy, which we'll talk about in a little bit, before these brands came in, that it was stale. Like there was some innovation, especially on the road side for sure, with plates or whatever, super shoes. But I don't know, it kind of seems stale to me, and the quality kind of dropping. So yeah, I'm super pumped for like a boutique store like yours to come in and hopefully put pressure on those other brands to step their game up. And you gave me that great pair of Norda shoes, and I would have never tried that pair of shoes on if I didn't go into your store because there's nowhere for me to try it on. Like Mount to Coast, very similar. They've run this massive online campaign. It is tough for people to buy shoes, I think, if they can't try them on. You're the only store that I know of that has Mount to Coast to try on, right?
There's definitely Mount to Coast is blowing up as they've gone from just being direct to consumer. Now they're definitely going wholesale, like pretty hard, and you'll see by the end of the year, like they're going to be. But they're also struggling with distribution at the moment. Like the H1 from Mount to Coast is really hard to get, and not knocking them in any way. I'm just stating the facts there, but it's like they're very new. You know, they're 3 years old, so I think that's what's really fun for us is like if we can be on the forefront of these brands where Norda also is in that boat. They're 4 years old. So it's like if we can be on the forefront of helping them get their name out there and we're we're a shop that can offer like a different experience to a customer that can see that shoe, try that shoe on. And that goes all the way down to like pieces of apparel too, right? Whether it be, a shirt or socks or whatever it is. So,
Yeah. And you do need to be able to try it on. And I know one thing that we've talked about, I joke with you a lot about is Satisfy. And I know you guys are a Satisfy shop. One of the first, other than the scary basement Rob and I went into in the middle of nowhere, France. You're the first Satisfy shop that I have seen, and that's another. I don't. What do you even call that kind of brand? I'm not sure. It's like it is a boutique brand, high end, like designer. Would we call that a designer running brand?
yeah,
That
I mean,
sounds
you
right.
can, yeah. So it's like when fashion and running meet, kind of, right? The marrying of the two. So yeah, I mean, and it's really cool. And like you were in France, and it's yeah, it's really cool. Satisfies another brand. They're European, so it's like sizing is just a little bit different. Whether it's a unisex fit shoe or whether it's a um, t-shirt that's a small in women's versus a small in men's, and it's like it could be that's a totally different fit than our American small, right?
Yes. The Euro sizing is much different than the American sizing. And Rob, I don't. Did you try anything on over there? Not from
No.
Satisfy, just in general.
Oh yeah, in general, yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels a little different.
A little tighter. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you were carrying around an extra 20, you'd notice it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I don't want to say I give you a hard time. I joke with you a lot about Satisfy because you see the memes. But it's a brand, and I really respect those guys because hey, they're just doing something different, and it is fashion. It is kind of a fashion statement. I sent you a picture of the collaboration they're doing with Adidas. I think that's awesome, and I'm kind of excited to see what they do. I guess it's a Moth Tech Adidas shirt.
There's other stuff in the works. I don't even know like what is known or not known, but yeah, that Satisfy. It's just like the three stripes logo, Moth Tech with the holes cut out in that. So it's going to be really cool. There's other stuff, and I think it's like multi-part over into 2027. So it's going to be really cool.
Hey folks, if you're loving the stories, tips, and laughs we're dishing out, make sure you don't miss an episode. Hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know when a new episode drops. And hey, if you've got a second, why not leave us a review? Your feedback helps us improve and keeps this running community growing. Lace up, hit subscribe, and let's get back into the show. Yeah, and that's I think huge for the brand of Satisfy to partner and collaborate with a brand like Adidas, a known brand like Adidas. It lends a lot of legitimacy to them. Also, sponsoring Molly Seidel, another big step for the Satisfy brand. Did you see any uptick in Satisfy sales after Molly signed with Satisfy?
No, not necessarily. That's a huge sign for them, and it's really, really cool. I think for the sport, I think it's really cool for Molly. And I think it goes to show like she's a person that maybe can be misread almost, where it's just like she's different and like she's really, really rad and she's doing her own thing and like Satisfy saw that, and it's like I'm glad that they finally got that thing done. He definitely has other sponsors, and Koros and Morton, so it's really cool for Molly.
Yeah, she's uh new. She beat Rob at the Canyons 50K, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't by that much. I mean,
Yeah, look, 3 hours, Rob.
yeah, definitely in the hours.
What did she go 3:30 or something
Yeah.
ridiculous?
No, she was back home, showered, and had 2 meals in by the time I finished. So.
But it's awesome to see a brand like that, and then they're in turn selling at your store. And we talked a little bit before, but there's going to be some boutique offerings that they have, correct, with Adidas and Satisfy that'll be only available. I'm going to say I'm going to draw a parallel here, like the Record Store Day. Rob knows about Record Store Day,
For sure.
where there's just the record companies will say give just the record stores these special opportunity to sell these limited edition records or whatever. So I'm guessing that it's a similar vein to that they're going to have for the smaller shops and not the like box stores.
Absolutely, and you're absolutely correct. And Satisfy operates that way too, where it's like they don't want their product just showing it Satisfy as well as other brands that we have in the store. They operate in a way that they don't want to just launch their products in every single store, right? Like they don't want it. If it's going to be in a store, they want it to be intentional. They want it to show up, and they want people to be able to see it in a store. That's where the brands have been excited to come to the aid station. They're just like, you're telling me my brand could be with a shoe with shoe brands that's not 15 deep or 20 deep on a wall. It's like if somebody has E66, they have New Balance, they have Brooks, they have Hoka, like the list goes on and on. Being very intentional with the brands is I think that's where this third wave of similar stuff to that we're doing. So a little more boutique and curated, if you will.
Yeah, it's better for the consumer. Less is more. Because you walk into a big shoe store, like, I don't know. So I end up buying the same thing over and over again because when I go outside of that lane and try something else, I don't like it as much. So I'd like to have fewer choices, like new choices, fewer choices, people that know what they're doing. So I can walk in and say, from scratch, I don't want to compare it to anything that I'm running, but let me tell you the type of runner I am and what I'm doing and what I like, and then go with something new. Because if I have to pick it out myself, it's just there's too much. There's too much to choose, and it's not cheap. So you feel like there's a lot on the line. You're going to spend a couple $100, and then you buy it and you don't like it. So I like less is more. People there that know what they're talking about, that you can kind of try something new and move forward versus 35 different pairs of shoes on the wall.
Well, if you can be steered in the right direction, it's the similar situation to like a bike store, right? You just start cycling or you've been cycling for a couple of years, you go in for a new bike, unless you are completely dialed in on all the things about bikes, like you're completely overwhelmed, right? So you're walking in there looking to them. These are the things I'm doing. These are my goals. This is where I've been. This is where I'd like to be. You're hoping that they'll steer you, and sometimes it gets into your wallet a little more than maybe you want to, but like, there's the value added piece. I think that's really, really fun there. So,
Well, that's huge. I mean, the fact that, I'm making that comment, and obviously the three of us are way deeper into running than even the average runner that shows up and runs, 2, 3, maybe has their kind of their anchor race for the year that they want to hit. It's tough.
Yeah. And also, Rob, not just only shoes, But when it comes to the nutrition aspect of running as well, it's I you could Google forever and just get lost completely and you can spend 2 hours trying to figure it out and have no idea at the end of that 2 hours where you're going. Where I can go into the store, talk to Jeremy, and a couple, his associate that works there, Liam, guys or girls who have actually done it. And hey, here's things I like. Here's things I don't like. Tell me what to do, right, Jeremy? And
Yep.
I know you. What are the nutrition products that you're currently carrying at the aid station?
We honestly, playing off of the aid station name itself, like we have a lot of nutrition and we're continuing to add too. So like just added Never Second. People are really excited about that. Never Second's making this push it feels similar to Precision. They're both kind of like cycling companies. That's where they came from. And they're looking to the ultra boom and they're just like, this is where we're going to be. So they're signing athletes right there. We have Precision. We have Never Second. We have the Staples and Morton. We have NAC as well, like the full lineup of NAC from waffles to their hydrogel drink mixes. We have Hyperlight drink mix.
Oh, the Hyperlight guys. I like those guys. That's cool. Yeah, that's another brand we should have on the show because those are just it's like another small little brand that, hey, we want things to be different. That's who we need to support. Brands like Hyperlight. I'm glad you guys have them. I didn't even think about it. So I
think it'd be cool
awesome.
if you guys talk to them. They're really rad dudes. They started in their house, stuff up in the garage, and like they've come really, really far. I chatted with those guys at TRE for a long time, and then saw them at Black Canyon again. So we'll definitely look to like stay at the front of that nutrition side as things evolve. I think the carb world. This is like the carb craze. So
yeah, the carb craze is a craze.
But I think it goes further than just ultra running and running in general. I think athletes across the board from high school to college and even post collegiate, like they're underfueled. So there's the products that we're using as runners. I think it has value to them and they don't know that.
Yeah, no, it does. I don't know if I've told you this story, but a very good friend of mine from back in Pittsburgh's niece is a swimmer, and they were having some issues like fueling, basically. And I was like, well, here's what you do. Get the Never Second drink mix, drink that 45 minutes before time to swim, pop one of the caffeinated gels 10 minutes before you go in the water, and sure enough, she set like a 3-second personal best in one of the strokes. I don't know, but I agree with you. It's not just running; it's cycling, swimming, any kind of endurance sport. I think people are probably way underfueled.
Absolutely. I mean, that goes to soccer, right? Like, soccer is you're looking at 2 hours, maybe more. Lacrosse, it's the same thing. Like, there are some girls on Holly's team that they're taking gels, at halftime. And it's like they've seen the second half of their games like improve where they're not. Are they tired? Yeah, they're tired, but it's like they're not completely gassed out,
Yeah. I mean, I saw our good friend Will Walmsley, sucking down gels at halftime of rugby games. I was like, Will, what the are you doing?
What are
He's like, oh, this is an energy gel. I was like, energy gel at halftime? Like, he's like, oh, yeah, it has whatever many carbs. I was like, that's stupid. And then, sure enough, I was wrong again, Rob. Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Well, you can see, the science continues to get better. The technology continues to get better. I mean, think about boxers, right? How many rounds they have. Every time they sit on the stool, you can see them like sucking on a gel and pop back up. They got the energy until the next round. The applications are there really for multiple sports we're not even talking about today.
Yeah, and again, I want to tie it back just to the knowledge that you get at a store. Like, if you're struggling with that, like, go into an aid station, the store, and talk to someone like Jeremy. Like, How many times have you bonked in a race, Jeremy, over the course of your career?
Too many, way
Too many, right? Yeah, you've learned so many lessons, and you just, if you're starting out, you've run a couple races, and you've Googled, like, yeah, go into the aid station and have a conversation with you or whoever's at the store, because I feel like you only employ runners, so that's a good start. But yeah, go in and talk to you about, like, 10-minute conversation. What do you do? Like, oh, I eat the waffle, I eat the gel, the drink mix, whatever. But you have this resource. I want to see more people start to go use you as a resource in the small running stores, because I think they would see improvement in what it is that, whatever their goals are in trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I appreciate that. That's definitely the idea. It's like it is a space where anyone can land, whether you are starting out walking, to running 100-miler, whatever it is. Like it's a space where you can come and land there.
Yep. I don't think that's stressed enough. Yeah, you have shoes. You have great shoes. You have the Norda, the Mount Coast, Diodora, and On. You have the Satisfy clothing. You have all the nutrition. But what you also have that these other stores don't have is knowledge, is experience, is repetitions doing these things that someone wants to do. And it's okay to learn from people. I've learned from plenty of people, mostly this show, in the people we've had on, you included. But I think that's just such an underutilized thing where people will, like, they'll post on Reddit or something and just talk to, like, the dumbest human beings imaginable on the internet, rather than go down to their local running store and actually get real information from real world experience.
Other things that we're doing too is like we have a 3D foot scanner. We can 3D map the whole entire foot, We also have a Wahoo Kicker treadmill. So it's like we can scan the foot, we can throw you on the treadmill, like we can get super, super deep into it. And we're very, very happy to do it. So
I didn't know you guys had the Wahoo Kicker.
Yep.
That must have got there after me, huh?
Yep. The place is changing daily. It's really, really cool. So
yeah. And I'll be down soon for another pair of shoes for sure. And we got to get our stuff together for the Laurel Highlands Ultra. Hopefully you're still running that.
Sure do.
It's 6 weeks. Shit, I should start training for that, Rob.
Yeah. Training starts tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah. Training starts tomorrow. Yeah. But no, hopefully you'll have some sort of presence out there, because that is, kind of the old school trail race, kind of what you guys are designed for. So hopefully there's some sort of something in the works out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm stepping on something I shouldn't be here with this question, but because I don't actually have any direct knowledge. I only send Dan memes and pretty much just bullshit with you with memes. So I don't know.
Dan and those guys are great. There's nothing in the works, but would happy to be at times flying by the seat of my pants with this baby only being open I guess we've only been open 6 weeks. So it's like you roll over and then you crawl and then you walk and then you run.
Yeah.
We're still probably in the crawling stages, but it's exciting.
Nice. So what kind of plans do you have going forward? Is there anything like close on the horizon? I know you said crawl, walk, run. I live my life by that. What would you say is anything coming up exciting?
Not too many things to necessarily throw out there right yet. We'll be at some trail races locally. We're going to set up some shops, just kind of pop-up shop at some local races. And
which ones?
A couple are still in the works, but we'll be at the Mohican 100.
Sweet.
We'll have a shop set up there.
Nice.
So that'll be first up. That's the end of the month. So
did you got to pick like a tough section and just set it up in the woods and just really charge people an arm and a leg for water, gels, and
just shaking them down?
Yeah, shake them down. Hey, we take Venmo. Don't worry.
Aid station toilet paper, $10 a roll.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's awesome. We'll see you at the Mohican 100. Friend of the show, friend of yours, Alex Phillip, running running 100 miles there. So
It's going to be insane. I'm also training quite a few athletes at the moment, and like I'll have some athletes out there, and it's I'm looking forward to it. Alex, yeah, those guys they invited Will and I next weekend to run down at the Loop, so I'm gonna try to bring a couple parachutes and try to throw on those guys so we can keep up.
nice. Well, that's awesome. I didn't know you were training athletes. Who do you got?
I have quite a few people, just local. There's just like locals, quite a few just newer people. A couple people from Ashland. There's a kid that's a triathlete. People are kind of stumbling into me and they just want help, and I'm excited to help people.
Yeah, I'm glad I really emphasized that point of, the aid station being able to do more than just sell you a pair of shoes. So,
Yeah.
Glad I caught that cue, Rob.
Yep, one-stop shop.
I know.
Yep.
I'm always happy
Yep,
to help. I like
Yeah,
good humans, find good humans, and
they tend to. Yeah. When is Mohican? I should feel like I should probably stop down there, and
May 30th is this
May
Friday.
30th. I got a while then. That's right in the middle of the taper, Rob. Don't want to stress myself out too much. So,
I'll have my buddy Liam, who works at the store. He's running the Rabid Raccoon 100K, so he's looking to push himself. I'm excited to see it. So
yeah, Liam, good dude. Saw him down there at the aid station when I popped in and talked some running with him. So yeah, good dude, good crew down there. Looking forward to the races that you're sponsoring, and really looking forward to just coming down and trying out new shoes that I wouldn't necessarily ever try. Right, Rob?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be in Ohio the end of May, June timeframe, and making my way over to PA. I'll definitely stop by. I'll have to load up for the year because I don't make it up there enough.
looking forward to it. That'll be awesome.
Get a stop at the JAFPA, the Just Another Brewery. Good spot there as well in Worcester, Ohio. Yeah. So again, Jeremy, I'm really excited for what you're doing. I think it's awesome. I hope, and really am asking, that the local running community support you, because you are what we need in running. And great, you save $6 on a pair of shoes from freaking Amazon. That's terrific, or whatever you buy your shoes. But you want the knowledge, you want the people, and you want the businesses to remain. You got to support them. And I do understand that means you have to maybe drive to the shoe store and purchase it and get some knowledge. But, I'm really hoping that people do that and take advantage of the resource that's there.
Yes,
Yeah.
don't be lazy. It's too expensive. It's an investment, Go down and talk to somebody. Make sure you're getting the right pair. Because you see too many closets. I won't mention my wife's closet that has way too many shoes.
Well,
So many of them. I went out for a ride, and they're okay. I may try it again. I know they're going to stay in the closet. They're never going to make it out of the pavement again. Go talk to the experts.
At this moment, it's like we just need people to know like we're here and where we are. So like we're on the square in downtown Worcester.
you're also on Shopify, correct?
Yep. So we have website aidstationrunning.com.
Yeah, because I got the Shopify pulled up currently. So yeah, also on the internet. So yeah, you actually can be lazy. Yeah.
You can be lazy and still support us, but we definitely want you to come in and sit down and have a snack and
and I ask you to, because that's what you should do if you want the correct things, not just something ordered off the internet impersonally. So Jeremy, we certainly appreciate it. We look forward to supporting you for a long time to come, and going to do our best here at the Hobby Jogger to help you out any possible way we can.
Yep. Appreciate you helping us get the word out. And
The Aid Station, official shoe store of the Hobby Jogger. Go to the website. If you live far away, buy your next shoes. You're going to do that anyways. Everyone has those moments where you're lazy.
The official shoe store of the Hobby Jogger.
So, Jeremy, where can the listeners find you?
You can find us on Instagram at the Aid Station Running, or you can go on our website. All of our products are there as well. aidstationrunning.com. Locals can find us 131 North Market Street, downtown Worcester on the square.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Hobby Jogger. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation today. And if you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support keeps us moving forward. Until next time, keep those feet moving and enjoy the mile.